last trophy for the Pac-12 Women's Basketball Tournament presented by New York Life, and we are inside Key Arena. Moments ago, Jill Savage was with the head coach of the Utes, Anthony Leverett. Jill?
Thank you so much, Coach. Is this how you drew it up in the first half? Is this what you want to see? What changes do you want for the second?
We just got to keep guarding their people. They're really, really talented offensively. We got to continue to defend them, and then hopefully we can continue to make some offensive plays. I'm really proud of our effort, but it's a 40-minute game, not a 20-minute game.
You look at Utah and you think defense first. In that first half, a lot of people's eyes were open with the offensive play from your team.
Well, we're a young team that's been through a lot of stuff. It's taken us a long time to get comfortable. I don't know if we're comfortable yet, but I was really proud of their effort, and we played a good half. Now we got to finish it off.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
Krista?
All right, thank you, Jill. Let's take a look at the point distribution chart, Marion, for Utah. They were getting it done inside and out.
Yeah, tremendous balance. They were able to get the ball inside, play some power ball, got to the free throw line because of that power ball, and then the three-point field goals. 15 points, a team that does not excel in this area. Washington essentially saying, you know, we're going to give up those shots because we don't think you can make them. Well, they did in the first half.
And Anthony Leverett's told Jill Savage that they have to keep guarding those key players. Talia Walton averages 13 a game. She had just 3 points. Kelsey Plum averages 23. She had just 6 points. The defense was solid in the first half. We'll see if the Huskies can make some adjustments. Wachowski was awfully quiet, and the shot is blocked there. She's yet to score. She's doing other things, though.
0 for 3. They did a really nice job of passing out of the post. 6 rebounds in the first half.
Davis quick off the screen, gets the opening lefty wing jumper is good for Jazz Davis.
Jazz Davis playing like a senior who does not want the tournament to end. We fully expect their season to roll on into the NCAA, but they are playing for a lot. They are playing to stay home. They can keep winning this tournament.
Jazz Davis and these Huskies hoping to make the NCAA tournament. They went to the WNIT last year, and the season before that. They haven't been to the NCAA since 2007.
Jazz Davis, that little head and shoulder fake. Don't take it into the meat, to the teeth of the defense. Just take the mid-range jumper. Why go inside and get all beat up with the bigs? Just stay outside, take open looks.
Walton with the handoff behind the back to Davis.
Nice help by Wachowski.
Wilson doing all she can. There's that fadeaway, but the roll's not there. There's Amina Williams, offensive rebound. Second effort, Fatuesi has her hands full. Love Amina Williams' game.
You can see her grab her head and clap. She knows these are makeable plays. 7 first half points by Amina Williams.
Senior out of Seattle, Washington. Davis behind the arc. They'll say just a 2, foot on the line. They'll take it though, they pull within 2.
And as her teammates run back, she's got a whole lot to say. Basically, let's get down, play some D.
Mike Neighbors said, we gotta make some shots. They're doing just that. Wachowski working hard. There's that double team dropping down. Beauclair, aggressive drive. Help D stepping over. Wachowski somehow gets the offensive rebound off the Rodriguez miss.
Nice reset by Danny Rodriguez. No smoothness there, no efficiency. Let's just reset, get spaced.
Fatuesi, top of the key, off the mark, and the rebound down to Ruiz.
Down 6 at half. UW on a little mini 4-0 run has brought it to within 2. Important possessions, I think, for Utah to just really continue to assert themselves. But Jazz Davis, it is showtime here at Key Arena.
Quicker with the ball in her hands than without. Multiple crossover dribbles blown by the defenders, and we are tied up.
Takes on littles, takes on big. She is fearless.
Right back at you, point guard, Danny Rodriguez with the layup.
You give her a free coach, she's gonna take it.
Rodriguez, aggressive D, trying to create the turnover.
28, please.
So the junior point guard showing some emotion, and the Huskies will get the ball out of bounds.
All Danny Rodriguez does is play 37, 38 per ball game. She gives you like 9 points, a bunch of rebounds, a bunch of assists, and just plays her heart and soul out every single game. There is just not much more a coach can ask for.
Kia Arquette has checked in, the redshirt sophomore, number 10 for the Utes. There's Plum. Kicking it outside and connecting, Brianna Ruiz.
Mike Neighbors is funny. He says, you know, she doesn't score a lot, but that doesn't mean she can't score. It's a big difference.
I like the confidence by the redshirt freshman. Walton guarding Wachowski, one-on-one.
It's a double with Plum.
She's not happy. Thought there was a little too much contact and a technical foul. She slammed the ball down on the court.
And she needs to be careful.
The Utes need her out there.
Back to the basket. Here comes Plum. Lots of contact, certainly.
Hey, the T's right. The T's right, but she's getting mobbed down there.
And we can hear the audio from Anthony Leveretts. Yes, it is a T, but hey, that's a foul down low. And tonight, Taryn Wachowski was named the Women's Basketball Scholar Athlete of the Year in the Pac-12 Conference. And she just got teed up.
Plum gets the free throws. The Huskies get the 3-point lead, and they get the basketball.
Cheyenne Wilson goes over and talks in the ear of Wachowski.
The two seniors, they know how important she is. Backdoor cut, Plum with the finish. Pretty play by Washington.
It's official. Momentum has shifted. Plum scoring without the ball in her hands, working off the ball. Nice cut, nice pass.
Utes need a hoop here. Wachowski was calling for it. Plum sticks the foot out, kicks it out of bounds. It'll stay with Utah. The Huskies were down at halftime, but they've come out here in the second half, getting it done with Kelsey Plum up by 5. Tournament is brought to you by Pure Silk. Pure Silk Moisturizing Cream for legs that look and feel like pure silk. It's been a great start, our first round of Pac-12 Women's Basketball Tournament play here in Seattle, and the 5-seed Washington has a 5-point lead. Got to get a little more on spec with Mary Murphy here on Kelsey Plum.
I think she's Steph Curry-like, and just the myriad of moves that she has. Work and work some more. When she arrived as a freshman, she went from the airport, she got picked up by a teammate, and went right to the arena to get to work practicing. Change of pace. You see it with the stutter, the change of direction, her ability to go inside out. She is just a special player, and one day in the years to come, she will be an All-American. And the thing I like most is when Kevin McGuff left Washington and took the job at Ohio State, which is a great move for him and his family, Kelsey Plum had the option. She could have left and gone anywhere in the country because the coach that signed her had left. She stayed and wanted to play for Mike Neighbors, and it was a program-changing decision. And Mike Neighbors, you know, just so much confidence from Plum, and this program is just going to continue to take off.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A great choice by Kelsey Plum, and a lot of people very happy to see Mike Neighbors go from assistant coach to the head coach for these Huskies. She was the freshman of the year in the Pac-12 last year, an all-Pac-12 member, and out of the timeout, a good one. There's a talented freshman, Tanea Beauclair with the layup.
Mike Neighbors was always the defensive guru for Kevin McGuff at Xavier. Brought him out west here to Washington, and then when Kevin McGuff left, they looked all over the country for someone to take over, and they found the best person for the job was already here. They just moved him over one chair.
Absolutely did.
But you know, back in Chicago where the Big Ten tournament's going on, Kevin McGuff is watching. and sitting on pins and needles because there's a part of him, and a big part of him, you have to give him an assist for what he did to bring this program back to life.
Oh, you are right. Shot off the mark there from Walton. The rebound to Wachowski, and Amina Williams tries to get the takeaway, but the whistle blows. The foul goes against her.
Wachowski. Boy, it looked like all ball, didn't it? Popped it from the bottom up, just the way you teach it.
A ball on that one, and a three-point lead for Washington. Wachowski's pass tipped away and stolen by Walton.
Beauclair had beautiful post position, but great job by Walton.
Lefty layup off the mark, but Williams still trying for the board, but instead Arquette gets it. And here come the Utes.
Another opportunity for Utah. Where will the offense come from? If the three-point shot's not going down and Wachowski cannot get unleashed, where's it going to come from?
Whistle blows again, a little too physical inside. It's going to go against the Huskies.
Foul away from the ball. Trying to run Plum into the screen. We've seen a whole lot more contact than that tonight.
I'm not certain who it was against. Defense has kicked up for Washington. Much more aggressive. Well behind the arc is Arquette. It's blocked. Walton out running. Plum can't get it to her. Good transition D by Utah. Plum tries to turn the corner, and she's blocked by Beauclair.
Just see her grab Jazz Davis and try to drag herself back up, puts it on the floor, and the goal of Evan falls right on the knee. And the goal of everybody. Don't let Kelsey Plum go left. Don't let her go left. It's almost an impossible task.
Sahora back in for the Huskies.
Plum in double figures. Only one game this season has she not been. Davis is like, I have used up my dribble, please. Let's get some little help up top.
Davis squeezes her way between two defenders and hits the shot.
Is she a magician? We talk so much about Plum, but Jazz Davis is spectacular in her own way. 19 points.
Beauclair. The curl and the finish by Beauclair.
Boy, she's going to be good. Comes off that down screen, great pace.
Talented freshman getting it done for the Utes, but for Washington, they're looking to one of their leaders and seniors, Davis. Beauclair pulls the Utes within 3. There's the Space Needle here in Seattle, Washington, and also the Pac-12 Women's Basketball Tournament presented by New York Life is going on. We are in the final game of the first round, and earlier, Leah Galdera got the first win of the day for the Cougs and a career high, and Mary, others played well also.
Naira Fields, a Canadian. We forgot to mention her earlier. Thank you, Ryan Finney. And Lexi Kressel from Colorado. In every category, including guts and going for the glory, came up big tonight.
As we take a look,
Seattle.
You're right at the brackets. This is how we stand. The first top 4 teams got to sit out and watch. Number 2 seed Arizona State will now face that Washington State team. Stanford will face the Bruins. And the top seed Oregon State will take on Colorado. And the winner of this one, Mary, will take on the 4 seed Cal Bears.
And the Cal coaching staff here trying to wait and see who they should focus on. Utah or UW? Lindsay Gottlieb on the right, Sharman Smith on the left. Lindsay looks a little tired.
You know, tournament time will do that to you. It absolutely will. She and Sharman Smith, they've been watching a lot of film, I'm sure. And it is quick turnaround for everybody. And they chose to come up, have the team take a look, watch these games, and see who they'll be facing.
A couple of alums in the house as well. Malaysia Clarendon, Indiana Fever, Michaela Lyles up here to support, and Taryn Wachowski.
Takeaway against Walton, and one.
Hard to believe. The first bucket from Taryn Wachowski tonight comes on a steal at mid-court. Steps up on Talia Walton, and then it is, I don't want to say off to the races, but she is off down the floor. There's a chance at a three-point play.
Taryn Wachowski will get to the free throw line, try to make the three-point play. The redshirt senior has had multiple ACL injuries, shoulder surgery, you name it.
Had Achilles issues this year.
It has happened to her, and she just keeps coming back and wants to play on. We talked about her. She'll be a doctor, there's no doubt about it, and she's going to solve the world's problems, I'm sure. But she also still wants to play. Really remarkable. Shot no good for Plum. There's Amina Williams doing what she does so well. Plum cuts into the lane, can't get the shot. Wachowski brings it down.
Nothing coming easy for Kelsey Plum. Is Utah Washington's kryptonite.
Fatuesi muscles that one up over Osahor. The bench is loving it.
They are believing it.
Utah getting it done inside. 22 points in the paint.
I think it's really big for Utah. They gave up the lead on a 2 run, but to battle back and retake the lead. But Jazz Davis says no.
I think that's her signature shot. She works that, she will drive that left lane. She hooks her body up and over multiple defenders almost every time.
Well, she and Danny Rodriguez are just going at it tonight. As are Osahor and Fatuesi.
Foul call inside, but the freshman just set it. Fatuesi working hard. Kick it out. Nope, you're getting it back. Up and in. The Utes hanging right in this one. Here in Seattle, it's time now for the State Farm Get to a Better State game summary. Jazz Davis kicking it up for the Huskies, but Taryn Wachowski, she just keeps working at it and getting it done. The inside scoring's been solid for the Utes.
You know, Ann and Ross talked about it at halftime. She may not be scoring, but all the attention that she's garnering is opening up people in the perimeters, doing a great job of setting them up. The steal at midcourt, she will make things happen, and Jazmine Davis is playing great basketball.
She definitely is. Someone who's been playing well. There's Wachowski out of the timeout, starting to get her going. The freshman Fatuesi has 10 points, only averages 6 per game, so others are getting it done when she hasn't been able to score.
Same with Cheyenne Wilson as well.
Walton, she's been kind of quiet. They get the ball in her hands, and she hits the jumper.
Can work you long distance, but she can work you down low as well. Plum clapping on the way back. Wachowski heating up. We're going to have quite the finish in the last 11 minutes.
5 points for Walton. She averages 13 per game. There's Fatuesi inside. Double team comes over, and she splits the seam.
These freshmen are playing great in a big-time game.
You hear it so often, Mary, that at this time of year, they're not really freshmen anymore. And these two in particular, Beauclair and Fatuesi, they have been starters. They have been scoring and doing a little bit of everything this year.
And you see the double team with Amina Williams, and then once she leaves, beautiful job of dipping and ducking underneath the double team. Hey, if you're going to put a double team on, you better be toe-to-toe, shoulder-to-shoulder.
Utah takes the lead back. Shot off the mark from Williams. Wachowski hands it over to Rodriguez.
Utah will not go away. They are like a bad rash.
And no Osborne in sight.
Nope, they just keep coming and coming after you. Croson, the three-point shooter on the floor.
Wilson loses it into the hands of the Huskies. She had a great first half and has been quiet, and now the Huskies outrunning Plum with the finish.
Beautiful job. Plum is at midcourt. Jazz Davis saw her the whole way, gave it one dribble, waited for her to get into position, and then a dart of a pass. That's called playing together every day and every game, almost 40 minutes.
Jazz Davis comes back and says, let's get a stop. Rodriguez going to take it right at her. Little floater is short. Amina Williams with the rebound.
Jazz wants to go. Time to put the track shoes on. Here we go.
There's the tempo. There's the layup. Walton getting into the action.
Jazz saying, you run for me, I will give you the ball. First Plum, then Walton. Jazz turns around, looks at her teammates and says, bring it.
Wachowski asking for it inside. Kicks it back out to Croson, in and out. Wachowski on the weak side board. Second chance.
Batuesi wants to set the ball screen for Rodriguez. Good call. Osahar just trying to steer, move, keep Rodriguez from turning the corner.
Back and forth we go. Jazz Davis, she's quite the assist player.
Just head up. Love the way she just snaps the wrist. Beautiful pass, easy to catch. One dribble, Plum, layup.
Plum has 12 points in the ballgame now. Davis with 21.
It seems like 41. Auclair is really making Plum work.
Auclair on the drive, goes right at Plum. Can't hit the layup, but she'll get free throws.
It's hard to play defense when you're backpedaling, and that's exactly what Beauclair made Plum do. Aggressive motion right at her.
Tanea Beauclair, the 6-foot freshman out of San Antonio, Texas. They want her in the 3 position. She's had to play some 4 this year because of injuries as well, but really like her out on that wing or high post spot.
Saw her back in early December in Salt Lake City. She was impressive then, more so now.
Pulls the game within 1.
Utah has been in so many close games this season. Bang.
Washington starting to find the hot hands.
The change of pace coming off that ball screen. Am I going? No. Yes.
Davis with 23.
Seemingly scoring at will at this point.
Beauclair, left corner, too much on that one, and Williams brings it down. Quick shot from Ruiz, and extends the lead out to 6.
The confidence that Jazz Davis is playing with is simply overflowing into her teammates. She is like a volcano right now.
It really has started from her energy. Almost a takeaway there. Croson, aggressive drive, little hesitation. Batuesi can't get the putback. Here comes Davis.
Head on a swivel. All of a sudden, everyone, her teammates running with her. She's looking around. There's like 5 people.
Didn't really have the numbers, but it doesn't matter. She's got the ball in her hands. And 23 points, giving her team a 6-point lead. Pac-12 Women's Basketball Tournament is presented by New York Life and by State Farm. It pays to double check. Talk to your agent today. Beautiful night in Seattle, Washington, and the number 5 Huskies with a 6-point lead over the 12 seed Utah. And Jazz Davis has kicked it up to another notch, Mary.
She is putting a show on, taking over this game off the high post screen. The crossover, the killer crossover. Here, goes left, squeezes, finds space, surveys, throws a dart to Kelsey Plum, surveys, give it up to Ruiz. Long range bomb. She is running the show. She is in charge.
I need a little more on-spec with Mary Murphy on Jazz Davis.
Well, she plays like her name, Jazzy, and I love watching her. Never backs down. You've seen that time and time again tonight. Big shot maker. We have seen that tonight as well.
We definitely have, and the Utes shot better than the Huskies in the first half. They had the lead, but second half, different story, thanks in big part to Jazz Davis. They're shooting 60% compared to just 41% for Utah.
And any opportunity at the free throw line just to grab some oxygen is a bonus for both these teams. Not going deep onto the bench. And whoever rolls on tomorrow night will be playing some monster minutes back to back.
And they definitely will, and that's the thing about the tournament. Depth is a big key, and for the Cal Bears waiting to see the winner of this one, they're sitting back a little more depth than either one of these teams, but sometimes you get on a roll, you never know what's going to happen in tournament play.
Big possession for Utah.
Wachowski knew the double team was there. Great communication to Fatuesi. Now Plum will slow it down for Washington. They've got the lead. Want to get something out of every possession here.
Plum's been quiet, just 12 points on 4 of 11 shooting.
Davis and the hesitation. Fatuesi got a hand on the ball. Davis, a ball fake. Scott Rodriguez up in the air. She thought she had all ball on the takeaway, and instead the personal goes against her.
Non-stop, Jazz Davis in this game. Corner, ball fake, puts it on the floor. Danny Rodriguez just sells out trying to get a piece of it. These two have had a monster game going head-to-head. Rodriguez,
personal.
9 points.
They've been great, Mary. And the third personal, though, to Rodriguez. She had a lot of ball on that one. Davis will get the free throws.
We have talked so much about Jazz Davis in this game. Did her final game last weekend. It was senior day, and she was working out by herself before the game, and I went up and just wanted to say how much I enjoyed watching her play. And she just started crying, and I said, "What's the emotion? Are you sad?" She said, "I am just so proud of myself for what I have been able to accomplish at Washington." And just, there's not many moments in life when you just reflect on all that you have done, the journey that has brought her through so much hardship, and she has grown up so much over the course of the 4 years at UW. It's just been great to be a part to watch it happen.
Senior out of San Jose, California. And Mike Neighbors says a lot of question marks when she was brought to this team as the point guard, but she has worked through any adversity early on in her life, and she has really become a phenomenal student athlete. That last whistle went against Amina Williams, her third personal. Wachowski can't get that last free throw.
And the comment about being proud of herself was not said with any kind of conceit or self-motivation. It was just reflective of the journey. It was really profound.
Really special, and especially when you get to your senior season, you look back on all that you've been through. They've been through a lot with coaching changes and a number of players with injuries throughout.
She and Amina Williams were recruited by Tia Jackson. Seems like a lifetime ago. Kevin McGuff came. Mike Neighbors took over. And this crew has stayed with it and continued to battle, as has Utah.
They get it to Wachowski inside, and she's able to finish.